The reason we're here tonight, and this is the 35th tip-off dinner that I've been a part of. And what we try to do is kind of use this as kind of closing the preseason, okay, and getting ready for the season. All right, so as soon as they come back in with your drinks, then we'll eat, and then we'll go over our notebooks a little bit later. Questions? All right, good.
At Timpano's restaurant in Rockville, Maryland, Montrose Christian High School head coach Stu Vetter is hosting his annual preseason dinner. It's a tradition he began when he started coaching more than 30 years ago. This dinner is both a gift to the team after a long preseason and an opportunity to let them know what he expects.
This notebook you keep, have it ready whenever we need it. We'll call a meeting. You have to have the notebook ready. Now it's time to start focusing on what you're here for. Okay, your season. Okay, it's important that we start practice, tomorrow. That you're prepared, you get enough rest, that you're ready to go. All right, it's important that you understand what I expect from you as a player and as a person, because we really worked hard to get guys that really going to believe in what we want you to be. Okay, and the first thing we want in the Do You Qualify is we want you to be a good person. Okay, and I think we've got good people here. Do you listen with your eyes and with an open mind when someone speaks to you? When I'm talking to you on the court, make sure you make eye contact with me. Stop and make eye contact. If I'm talking, don't be walking away. Okay? Because I will jump down your throat, as you will see. The guys that have been here will tell you, okay, I can get on you pretty good. Okay, and I'm loud. Are you able to accept criticism? A good coach is going to tell you where you are and what you need to do to get to where you want to be. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you all the things you want to hear. I'm going to tell you the things you need to hear. So you got to be able to accept the criticism and get better from it. Do you care about your school, your coaches, and your teammates? Do you care? Do you really care? That's a big statement. Do you care? I want guys that care, legitimately care. We care about you. That's just as important. If we didn't care about you, we wouldn't try to do the best for you. But we want you to care about our coaches, our school, and your teammates. You represent our program every time you walk through that hallway, okay? Because you're a role model. You don't choose to be a role model, somebody chooses you. If everything I said is part of what you want to be, then you have a chance to be a part of the best basketball program in the country. But if you buy into everything, you will become the best player that you can be, and we will have the best team that we can possibly have. This can be a special season if everybody's on the same page. Montrose Christian is more than a name. It represents a legacy of winning, of hard work, of sacrifice, of values. It's 8 NBA players, 2 national championships. It's about being the best, on the court and off.
Coach Stu Vetter has been roaming the sidelines of high school basketball in Washington, D.C. for over 30 years. During that time, he has won more than 800 games, 2 national championships, and been named the National Coach of the Year twice. In addition, his program has produced 8 NBA players and more than 100 Division I college players.
Well, I've been very fortunate throughout my coaching career to have some outstanding players. I mean, some of the players that people would recognize would be Dennis Scott, who I had at Flint Hill, along with players like George Lynch, Randolph Childress, Cameron Dollar, Nate James at St. John's at Prospect Hall, Since 2003, we've had 3 guys drafted into the NBA. Lennis Kleza, obviously people know Kevin Durant, and then most recently Gravis Vasquez. So we've had some outstanding players, but not just outstanding players, outstanding people, and that's what I'm most proud of.
Vetter hopes his lessons translate off the court as well.
What we're trying to teach is values that will carry over for a lifetime, not just discipline and structure and practice, but Christian values are very, very important. But work ethic probably defines us more than anything else, a solid work ethic. So I feel as our staff, we have to give those players our best effort to make them the best that they can be.
An idea his assistants can testify to.
Going through this program is just an invaluable experience for anyone. They understand what's necessary to be successful. They understand the work ethic and just understand that nothing comes easy. You have to earn everything. The track record speaks for itself. All Coach Vetter's players, they go on to be successful people and make an impact.
Good practice. Ready?
Program is a word that Coach Vetter uses a lot. He has coached at 4 different schools, but he and his players view them all as one family.
Well, being part of Coach Vetter's program, it was something that everyone wouldn't have a chance to be a part of. It was unique. You know, at that time, you know, Coach Vetter's program was always one of the top programs in the country every year. So there was always great players. I mean, it was like, hey, you want to be a part of this, you have to prove yourself. You know, you come into the program, it's all the guys that came in before you, you know, they paved the way. And it's unique. You know, when you say, hey, you're a player from, you know, Coach Vetter's program, you know, it's a badge of honor that you wear, and you wear it with pride. You know, even to this day, you know, we are like brothers.
With this type of legacy, high expectations greet each new Montrose team, and the 2009 edition was no exception. However, things didn't go as planned. A mid-season transfer of star player Terrence Ross, as well as several record-breaking snowstorms, played havoc with the team's cohesion.
Last year, it was tough because so many things going on. Every week it was something different. You know, if it was from players not being responsible for their actions, or if it was from players not willing to work hard enough. We had the talent, but towards the end of the year, one of our star players, Terrence Ross, decided to make a jump from here to back to his hometown school. That was tough for our team because it was heading into the national championship tournament, and it was at the time of the major snowstorm that we had. So we couldn't get as many practices in, and it was a rough time for him to leave.
One of the players on that team is current Duke freshman Josh Hairston.
We did have a rough year last year. We had players who were unhappy with, you know, whether it be playing time or just any other things that were going on in the program. You know, we just couldn't win games. I don't want to say that we weren't a very good team, because we were. We were very talented, and we all played hard, and we all wanted to win, but we never got in sync like we should have. We never played together like we should have.
Let's go.
Anxious to put last year behind them, this year's team shows plenty of promise.
I think this team is balanced. I think we have some outstanding guard play this year. You know, guard play was a weakness last year, and it showed up in the latter part of the season. What they have to learn, because we have a lot of new guys, is what it takes to be good. So how bad do you want to be good? You know, how hard do you want to work? It's the work part that players have to buy into. And if they buy into that, this team has a chance to be very good.
Good job, good job. Go!
Montrose Christian is entering the 2010 season ranked 9th in the nation, and they have their eyes set on a national title. The 2010 team boasts several important returnees, led by Justin Anderson, senior Tyler Hubbard, and Venezuelan forward Michael Carrera. Coach Vetter has also added several talented newcomers, including Villanova commit Tyrone Johnson.
Tyrone has the ability, I think, to be one of the best guards in the country. He's one of those guys you may term as a game player, okay, and he has that ability to turn it up. But if he wants to be great, he has to come every single day.
And Puerto Rican Carmelo Bentoncourt.
Carmelo is a very good, pure point guard who's very unselfish, who makes everybody around him better.
One of the key returnees this year is highly recruited swingman Justin Anderson. A 6'6" junior, Anderson is known for his highlight reel dunks and infectious enthusiasm. A starter since freshman year, Justin is now an upperclassman, and expectations are high.
Everybody knows Justin's an outstanding athlete, and what Justin has really done this year is decided to work really hard on his game.
Off the court, Justin's an outstanding young man. He works very hard. He is a good person. He cares about people, and he's just the kind of guy you want to coach.
Originally from Fredericksburg, Virginia, Justin's athleticism was apparent at an early age, and he was already dunking by the 6th grade. Intrigued by Coach Vetter's success, he enrolled at Montrose as a freshman.
I've came here because of Coach Vetter. He's a great coach. He's put out some great players, and I want to be a part of those great players. He's done tremendous things for me and my family. He's put me in a great situation, and I feel as though there's no better decision that I made.
The hard work is paying off, as this past summer, Justin was invited to play for the U.S. Under-17 national team at the World Championships in Hamburg, Germany.
I think it was a tremendous experience for me. This experience humbled me a lot by not being able to start and play as many minutes as I'm used to playing, but also it was bigger than that, not only because I made the team, but I'm playing for my country. And nothing felt better to me to stand on that podium and listen to our Star Spangled Banner.
His success has not gone without notice, and he is attracting the attention of some of the biggest programs in college basketball.
I'm being recruited by Texas, Oklahoma, University of Maryland, the University of Duke, the University of North Carolina, University of Louisville, University of Virginia. I don't know, there's so many.
But all this attention comes at a price.
Recruiting is not as fun or glamorous as people think it is. When you walk into a gym and you may see Coach K sitting in the bleachers watching me play, it looks great from the outside, but from the inside it's so tough because it's a lot of pressure. I feel as though that comes with it.
However, with expectations high this season, Justin has set his sights on the ultimate prize.
We have very high expectations of the season. We feel like we have a very, very good chance of winning the national championship. I've never been with a group of guys that have been so willing to give and sacrifice all of their individual accomplishments and awards and put it together and make a great team. And I feel like if we carry this attitude throughout the whole season, we have a very good chance of winning this championship.
Coach Vetter, ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, go, fellas.
Practice at Montrose Christian is a disciplined routine. In addition to the pre-practice running, jump rope, and shooting form drills, each practice begins with a quote and a point of emphasis.
And along those lines, what's our slogan for the day? Carmelo.
The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step.
Okay, good. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Now, how does that apply to us? Cedric, how does it apply to us?
We have to go hard every day in practice to get where we want to be.
Okay, that's part of it. That's part of it. Anybody want to add something to it? Go ahead.
You can't get to that 1,000 miles without starting.
Yeah, okay. It's a long process. And our point of emphasis on defense today is what? Tyrone?
Ball pressure.
Ball pressure. Good. Ball pressure. Yeah, and that's true in any of the defenses that we use. Okay, full court, man-to-man, zone, whatever. Got to have good ball pressure all the time. Any questions? Let's have good practice. Ready?
In addition to developing players, Vetter also believes in developing coaches. This year's team has 5 assistants.
What I think it's my responsibility is to not only coach my team, but to help other coaches. You see I have a large staff, and they're all outstanding coaches.
The staff is led by Dan Preet.
Dan Preet's been with me for 10 years. Dan Preet is a tremendous friend, a man that I respect greatly, and he's a great basketball guy. He does a great job of scouting, he does a great job with the kids individually, helps run the basketball camps.
Mark Vincent and Don Shoplin concentrate on working with the big men.
Here, let me hear you talk, Kevin. We should have big voices. Don't talk to yourself.
While Damian Jennifer and Billy Vernon work primarily with the guards.
Good, drive and kick. Keep it here where you catch it, right where you catch it. Right where you catch it. There you go.
Newcomer Tyrone Johnson is given the chance to end the first practice.
Free throw. Tyrone Johnson. He comes to the free throw line. If he makes it, practice is over. Okay, everybody gets together over there. Get together.
1, 2, 3.
The quest for the 2010 national title is officially underway.
Family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family.
By the third day of practice, fatigue has led to a lack of focus.
More shooting. Everybody back over here. Let's go. Okay. All right, now, we don't ever break a huddle that way. Okay? You got to be ready to practice. You come up here, that was a lousy huddle. You're going to find out practice is going to be a lot longer and a lot tougher unless you're ready to go every single day. Not going to tell you again. Get in the huddle and then sprint where you're supposed to go.
Let's go. Pick it up. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
And sloppy play.
Freeze! We saw the ball break loose. What's the first rule? How many times I want everybody to say it. Guard the basket. Okay, that's every time. We could care less what this guy does. Guard the basket first. Then worry about the ball. Then worry about your man.
Good, Kevin. Good, Kevin. Good, Kevin.
It's even set in for the coaches.
Good job. Good job.
You need a sub?
Yeah.
All right, baseline, quickly. Quick. A group time is the same. You have to come down and back under 10. And I'll be the judge of that. Got 32 seconds. Ready?
Conditioning is a point of pride with Vetter's teams, a fact newcomer Bruce Beckford is painfully coming to terms with.
Come on, run! Run, Bruce!
Help him up, help him up, help him up. Help him up. No, don't take it off. No. Let's try it one more time. Here we go. Ready? Quick!
There we go. Take him down.
Come on, Kevin, come on!
Bruce makes the next sprint with the aid of teammate Donnell Diggs.
Quick! Quick! Hey, Bruce, hey! Get together. One shot in the practice. Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce!
Baseline free throw. Get on the baseline. Baseline free throw. Spread out. Remember, go down and back if he misses. If he hits it, practice is over. Here we go. Got to go down and back under 10. Ready? Go! Come on, Bruce!
Come on, Bruce! Come on, Bruce!
Come on, Bruce! Go, Bruce! Help him up.
Good work, Bepper.
One shot to end the practice. Point towards whoever you want. Point towards everyone. All right, Yuki, here we go.
Go, Yuki.
One shot to end the practice. Hold it, Yuki. How many did you hit out on the shoot-a-thon? What? 951 out of 1,000, right? Okay, now let's see if the pressure's on and see what you can do.
Let's go, Yuki. Let's go, Yuki.
Get together.
Get it up.
Have a seat. All right, now, practice today was not as good at first. Okay, you guys picked it up towards the end. All right, but you got to be ready from the very beginning. The intensity is good. I think a lot of you are nervous. I think a lot of you are going too quick. You know, there's an old slogan that says, be quick, but don't hurry. I think right now we're kind of hurrying a little bit. Okay, but that'll come. That'll come as we go along. Any questions on anything? Okay, tomorrow I want you seated and in the study hall at 3:30, not 3:31, 3:30. Get there and be ready to study, get your stuff done. Because you guys are going to be late again tonight because you got strength training coming up.
Strength coach Matt Johnson oversees the team's weightlifting, while the coaches meet to discuss practice.
What do you think of practice in general?
Lethargic to start.
I thought the intensity was good. I mean,
Yeah.
throughout, and they're competing. They're just trying to play too fast. And
Like you said, they need to slow down.
So we had Tyrone as the number one player on 2 cards. Donnell 1, Yuki 1. What do you think in general of Tyrone?
That was the best I've seen him.
Yeah, I thought he was good today.
That's the hardest he went.
Defensively, he went hard today in that drill. Yeah, I was pleased. I told him that afterwards. I thought he really played hard.
I've never seen him compete that hard for that long.
Yeah,
Seen that.
yeah,
I
that
think
was good.
This is the third day in a row he's had his best practice.
Yeah.
And just about every day, you guys have got Yuki down. Every day, as a matter of fact. Any comments on him, Yuki?
He does everything. I mean, and he's communicating better more than anything.
Yeah, he is talking a little bit now, yeah. And then most everybody's got Tyler today. I think Tyler's doing a terrific job as far as communicating and trying to tell everybody what he's supposed to do. So
I think all these guys are trying to do the right
yeah,
thing.
they are. Even now,
as-
if we could just teach Bruce how to dive and when to dive.
He might dive on the other end, Coach.
But that was really a good first opportunity to see that adversity, because it's the first time, they had to look at each other and try to encourage each other. You see who can talk to one guy and who can't talk and who can't communicate and who can. So it's good. That was good. For right now, I think we're right about where we want to be for the first 3 practices. Okay, thanks, guys.
Next week on Hoops Academy.
I wish we had 5 or 6 more scrimmages before we played our first game, but we don't.
We never have what I call an easy practice. Anybody who thinks the day before a game is an easy practice is in the wrong program.
Back up! No, Justin! Come here! The guy just scored 9 points. Are we going to put a hand in his face and get back in play?